What's up, guys? So I figured today I would share with you my most recent dilemma. With this four-wheeler being used, I knew from the beginning it was going to have some problems, and it's probably been wrecked. A lot of things have been wrong with it. I've been fixing this thing up for a while now. But today is actually the next day, or a couple days, I don't remember actually when I recorded the last video. My last video was putting the steering stem bushings and bearings in, was the last video. And I've yet to put any of the plastics on because I've had a couple issues. These exhaust studs are giving me a lot of trouble. The stock exhaust that is on this quad, the stock header, the brackets that mount to the exhaust studs are bent, and so it's an extreme pain in the ass to try to get it on, which has in turn caused these studs to bend because of the pressure. And I learned the other day that's caused from trying to torque down the exhaust without putting new copper O-rings, copper washers in there, the crush washers. So I did not know that that's what those are for, and that's one of the reasons why it's probably bent is because of me. But I attempted to put on the stock exhaust, stock header back on, and I could not get it on for the life of me. I tried and tried and tried. These nuts will not go onto these bolts very well. I actually have two good nuts left. And what I'm doing is removing these studs. Now there's going to be a follow-up video when I get my new studs in, which obviously is not going to be today, but I figured because I'm taking these out today, I might as well show you guys. I've read several things on how to get these out. The previous two over here on the right side of the four-wheeler actually came out with ease. I just threaded the nut backwards on until it wouldn't thread on anymore because it was so hard, and then I just reversed it and it came right off. Now I know most people are not going to have that much of luck, and I probably won't have that kind of luck on this side, so we're going to test it out and see. But I just wanted to get this video rolling for you guys to basically show you how I'm doing it. Hopefully it's an okay angle. Let's see, can you see? You can't even see this nut because this thing's here. Let me get the camera in a different position so you can see. Here are the two that I've already gotten out. Now this is a 12 millimeter nut. I actually twisted the nut so hard under the threads of the stud that it started threading the stud in farther. So at that point I realized, okay, I need to loosen it now. And I started loosening it, and when I did that, it started taking the stud out. So I'm going to attempt that with these other two on the other side, and we'll see if it works. Okay, so you guys should be able to see this now. So, like I said, I'm just threading this nut on to the stud, and you're going to watch with me to see if this actually works. Now, it's probably not going to work for everyone if it does work for me, because these nuts and studs are absolute trash. As you can hear, it's having a hard time going on here. I'm actually struggling to push this down, but it's not loosening yet. So now I do not want to break this stud off either, and I know this thing's getting hot from the friction. So what I was doing is spraying some PB Blaster on there to try to help the nut thread onto the stud a little easier. Maybe get a little up on the actual stud too. Now it'd probably be a lot easier if I was tilted upright and had this valve, or the head, whatever the hell this thing is called, off. But I just replaced the freaking gaskets on this thing, so I do not want to take it off, and I'm trying at all costs not to have to take it off. I figured with the other two going super easy, this one would suck. It's starting to look like it's going to. The only thing about PB Blasters, if you get this stuff on anything, it's slick as hell, so it makes your tool super slippery. If you heat the head up real good, it should help loosen it. And I would not recommend spraying brake cleaner on your quad and then heating it up with a torch, because it'll catch fire. So definitely don't do that. I'm going to wait for this to evaporate, and I'll start heating it up, and I'll let you guys know if heating it up works. Okay, so the heat actually worked. I took the torch, and don't hit yourself in the face with the torch, especially after you just used it for like 5 minutes. So it actually wasn't 5 minutes. It was probably more like 30 to 40 seconds. And I just hit this stud. I was really trying not to hit the head because I don't want to work the head or anything to happen to the head. So if I just sit here and hold it on the nut and the stud, it's going to heat up the aluminum by, because it's heating the whole stud up. And the aluminum's going to open up and kind of loosen up some, because aluminum's a lot more, expands and contracts a lot more than steel. And it worked. So this thing's actually coming off now. This stud is bent though, for sure, because you can tell it's how it's spinning off of here. It's spinning weird. Hopefully I can just buy new studs, try to fix that exhaust without having to buy an exhaust. I'm basically trying to not have to buy. Okay, so the video cut off. I didn't realize it did. My phone ran out of space, so I had to delete a bunch of old videos. There's where the stud was. Came right off, no problem. After heat and putting the thread on backwards, which I don't know what that helps or does anything, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this top one off, see if I can get it off in the same way, and if I do something different, I'll let you guys know. If I don't and it comes right off like this, the next clip will be me basically putting the new ones in, which will probably be like in a week or two. So peace. Okay guys, so just like I said, a few days later, I don't know what I was trying to say there, it's just a few days later, I got my new studs in. These things were $35. They got a little Allen head right there in the front, so you can screw it in with ease. So it's an 8mm Allen. They're supposed to be heavier duty studs so they don't bend. I got all four. Currently, I have gloves on right now because it's 20-something degrees out here, and I don't have heat in my garage. So I'm going to go ahead and just thread these in. Should be pretty simple. You just thread them in until they stop, and then you can put the exhaust back on, and hopefully it'll fit even though the exhaust is bent. I'm not sure if it will, but I'm going to go ahead and try to screw these in, and we'll go from there. Okay, so the Allen head is a 3. I think I said an 8 a while ago, but it's a 3. But as you can see, here's the 8, or 3, I keep saying 8, and it fits right in there. I'm already getting dirt all over these things, which is not what I want to do. As you can see, it just screws right in. You just thread it in until it seats in the bottom, like that. These are really easy, actually, to do. They should go in pretty easy. So far they are. There should be a little resistance. I think that's what I'm doing here. Alright, so you get the gist of this. That's going to be all for this video. We're going to go ahead and cut it off here. If you like this kind of stuff, please comment, subscribe, like, you know the drill, how it all goes. Everyone always says it, so it's kind of annoying actually when people say it, but maybe you guys will actually do it. So, peace.